Hello! I said that I would make videos to document my time here, and I'll show you where I am. I hope you see that right now. And I'm pretty sure it's a pretty much a dead giveaway, right? Like, obviously, I'm in London. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that. You'd just be like, you're in a really slummy part of the world, but it's not. It's actually just really nice and really vintage. So the morning I had to leave, I woke up after my nice, restful 2-hour nap, saying that I had to pack and unpack my bags like 6 times in order to get everything fit. I eventually got it, and by that time, I had 2 hours to sleep. So I took my 2 hours sleep, woke up in the morning, hopped in my dad's car, and we drove to the airport. I also forgot to mention how badly I was freaking out up until coming here. And pretty much every single night I was like, I'm gonna miss my family. I'm gonna miss my friends. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna miss my plane, I'm gonna miss my family, I'm gonna miss my friends, I'm gonna miss everything. I get lost in London, my visa doesn't have my right middle name, and get arrested, I'm gonna get fined $25,000. Yeah, I was freaking out pretty much, which was really scary. But airport went well, besides my almost constant sobbing for saying goodbye because my first summer away. And I met a nice man at the airport who was probably like my dad's age, and he was nice. And we talked about Ireland and how his kids don't want to go to Ireland. They'd rather go to Universal Studios, and he was really disappointed in them. Then I met the pilot of the plane on accident because he was standing at the desk, kind of looking pretty official. And then we started talking about studying abroad and how his daughter wants to study abroad, and that she's only 7, but she still wants to do it, which I think is pretty cool. It's like, she's young, right? She was 12. That's true. And then later, when I got off the plane, he said, goodbye, have fun in London. Except for it wasn't an accent. I don't know why I did that. But I was like, oh, I made a friend. And then I hopped on the plane. I got on the plane. And I sat by 2 older women. And they were both obsessed with this game. Like, Fruit something saga. And they were like obsessed with it. And they kept playing it the entire time. And literally the entire time. It was crazy. And then they let me play it once, since I'd never played it. And then I lost immediately. And then right after I lost, it locked up and wouldn't let them play for 15 more minutes. So I felt really bad. And needless to say, they did not let me play it again. Surprise! I ruined their fun for 15 minutes. And they had to sit there and actually talk. Then I landed, walked off the plane through the little hallway thing, and then looked to my right. And literally, the next door, with the next plane, was literally the plane I had to get on. The plane ride wasn't nearly as fun. It was the first time I've ever been on a plane where it's actually, they're serving you too much. Because literally every time I almost fell asleep, they come by with food, or drinks, or this, or that. They would get really cold, and it get really hot, and it get really cold, and it get really hot. For some reason, I don't know why, because I don't know my geography or science very well. But the sun was only down, I swear, for 2 hours in the air at a night flight. So, and this had an emergency exit where the window doesn't come down, it just stays open all the time. So, I got like, since they were coming by every half hour, I probably got like maximum of maybe an hour of sleep, maybe, possibly. Probably not. It got really scary after I landed. Because I walked through everything. Stamped my passport, was pretty easy. And got through everything, and then I followed these signs. It's like, customs. So I walked through the customs thing, and walked down this long hallway, and then walked down this thing with the rug, a really long green rug, like a red carpet and like a green carpet. It was really long and had like the poles up on the side that were like blocking people off, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And there were all these people standing there advertising taxi and limo services, of course. But then I walked down it, and at the end of that, there were no customs. So I turned around and I said, do not enter. I don't think I'm illegal. I couldn't find people who spoke English, except the people at Starbucks, but they didn't know anything. And it was like, I couldn't find any American people. I couldn't find any even British people. They were just like all foreign people, and they're all speaking different languages, and I don't know. It's like Tower of Babel in a building or something. Then I had to get my taxi, and I talked to the lady, and she just led me to this black cab, and the guy took my bags and put them in the cab and didn't really say anything to me. I didn't talk for 50 minutes because there's a big thing that blocks off all sound, so he can't hear you unless he pushes a button that allows him to hear you, which is really weird. But it was kind of cool. I mean, I guess then you didn't have to worry too much about making pointless conversation, but it was nice to talk to people. I don't know. I was freaking out because I was like, maybe he doesn't know where we're going. Like, I can't tell him because the sound is blocked off and it says he can't hear you unless this light's on. And the light wasn't on, so I was like, oh, hopefully it's bringing me to our place. And then we drove for like 50 minutes, and the whole time I'm like, should we be there? Should we be there? Should we be there? And I got there, and I was very, 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 very tired. And I wanted to sleep, but I didn't. I just met my roommate, who is very cool. She's very nice. When I got here, it was 9, which is 3 o'clock p.m. at home. 3 o'clock a.m. at home. I'm like, why am I awake at 3 a.m.? We had meetings, we had a tour around the city, we got welcomed in, and one thing that's really strange is that everyone walks everywhere, even if the store is like 12 miles away. Like, we got this brochure saying all the nearest places. It's like, this one's 5 miles, this one's 9 miles, this one's 12 miles. It's like, don't you drive that far? Also, it's very cold. I brought a lot of summer clothes, and I don't think I'm going to be able to wear any of them for a very long time, if at all. I'll be the girl who never changes her clothes. We had a mixer with our floor, which was at a pub of some sort, and I ordered cod, like deep fried cod balls. I would do so well with just my Diet Coke. It's my nice cold Coke Zero. That's even better. My silly roommate back at home said that if I stop drinking pop, she's gonna stop eating chocolate. So I can't drink any pop, because we're doing this like all summer, and it started, I've been soda free for probably like 48 hours now, which is actually rather impressive, because I really love my pop. So I can't drink my pop, I don't like alcohol, and I don't drink juice. So I'm kind of just stuck to water, which is really good because I hate water, and maybe by the end of the summer I'll actually be able to drink it without poisoning it with Crystal Light and Powerade powder and Kool-Aid. I don't drink Kool-Aid either. It's sugary. Which I heard water is good for you because your body's part water or something. Also, what's really cool is all the people so far, the Londoner people, have been able to get my name right the very first time I said it. I'm like, my name's Josette. They're like, hi, Josette. I'm like, yes. Like, anyone else is like, my name's Josette. What? What? Can you spell that for me? It's like, so I mean, it shocks me when someone's like, oh, hi, Josette. Like, oh, today we had lectures pretty much all day long, which are pretty cool. Like, they talked a lot about political stuff, which was really interesting, and I took notes, and maybe I'll make a video on just that later. And then we went grocery shopping. And I loaded up on stuff, and I had my hands full, and I mean, not very full because you have to carry your bags, and it's like a couple miles away. And I went to the checkout, which was the self-checkout. I was like, I'll figure this out. And I scanned it. I was like, scanned, beep, I'm basically a cashier. I got to the end, and it was like only 32 pounds. And I was like, this is so cheap. But then I remembered that it's so deceiving because everything looks like it's so much cheaper. It's like, this is only 10 pounds. This is only 15 pounds. This is 30 pounds. Like, for example, my groceries were 30 pounds. And in reality, you forget that the pounds are worth more than the dollar. And really, that's almost $50. It's like, oh, I thought it was only 30. And then you go there and you're like, I'm gonna order something, this is only $10. But really it's 15. And if you order something that's $15, it's $22.55. So it's deceiving. It's like you feel like you're not spending much, but really, yeah, you're pretty much spending the same. It doesn't seem like it's more expensive. There was this really, okay, so lately I've been like coffee, but we went to this place and the coffee sign on it was like kind of a little like gas station without the gas. So we walked inside and they're like, where's the coffee? There's no coffee. But there was a vending machine, like just sitting there. It had all these coffee things in there. There's like mocha, instant mocha, coffee, instant coffee. It's like you had the ground ones on one side and the instant ones on the other side. And they're the same flavors, like latte, flavor cappuccino, regular coffee, tea, tea with milk. Like you push a button and the cup drops down from within the vending machine and it starts filling it up with whatever you want. It just starts filling it up and it fills up to the top and you take the lid and you put the lid on and you're like, go. It is so cool. I also learned that I do have an accent. It came out a lot the other day when people were talking about flags. People here, for the most part, not the British people, but people from America that are not from the Midwest say, it's like, oh, look at that flag. That's a nice flag. And then the British people are like, oh, look at that flag. Like, that flag. It's not a flag. It's not a flag. It's a flag. Like, look at that flag. That's a nice flag. You flag people. You cover them in tar and you make them walk up and down the streets. You beat them. That's flogging. It's a bag. Going to get my bog. It's like, it makes sense if you're from a different country. But if you're from America, it's a flag. It's a bag. I don't even know what it is. It's a bag. I'm gonna go to a bog. Be swimming in a swamp. A bog is a swamp. This is a bog. Go swim in a bog. Gross. Oh, I totally forgot about my convenience store issue. So when I was at the store and I went all through my things, I'm like, check it out, beep, check it out, beep. So I was like, okay, I got my card. I haven't used it before, so I'll stick it in the machine because you like stick it in. Instead of like swiping it, you just stick it in and that reads it. And then at first it was like, denied. I'm like, no. So I stuck it in. It's like, denied. So I asked a nice cashier man to help me. And he's like, oh, you just stick it in and you enter your PIN. And then I tried that and that didn't work. He's like, oh, I guess you do need a signature. And I hit this button and this thing came out and I signed it and that worked wonders. That just did that. But then after the first receipt came out, like 6 other ones came out for like each time that I tried. And a couple of them said cancel on it. A couple didn't. So it's like, you might have made more purchases than one. You might have bought the same stuff like 3 times. Oh, I'm so dumb. For lunch, I had like my first real meal. I went out to this Chinese restaurant. Apparently it was fairly authentic Chinese restaurant. It's like, oh, it's kind of bland. Like, I want something with like lots of flavor. And they had like salt and pepper in there. So I put some of the pepper on. I was like, that doesn't look like normal pepper. I ate it. I was like, this tastes like normal pepper. So I put more on it. And like I coated my entire plate in this awesome pepper. And I learned that it was white pepper. And white pepper is the best pepper that ever exists. Like that's the only thing that I'm ever gonna eat on anything ever, 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 ever again. It has a zing in addition to the initial zing that all pepper has. It's like, oh, eat it on everything. Eat it on my corn, eat it on my potatoes, eat it on my steak, eat it on my chicken, eat it on my fish, eat it on my apples and my tomatoes. I brought my ukulele here. I haven't played it yet though. I need to tighten the strings. I think that's it. It's getting very dark, so I could probably turn on the light now. But I didn't. I'm a floating head now. Can you tell it got darker outside? Because right now I'm just a floating head.